taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
That one. So Pete,
drum roll.
Ring gang polls, you bitches, go vote. That's all I got. We got a poll. We got a fresh poll, fresh out the oven poll, and it's heating right now. It's heating up.
Yes, sir.
But Ring Gang got the best polls. You already know that. But you know what I'm saying. So just came out the news that Canelo has 2 offers on the table. So he has a 1-fight deal with PBC where he'd face Charlo. That's on the table. Yes. There's also another one. The mystery box. The mystery box is a 2-fight deal with Matchroom where he would fight Bivol and then a 3rd fight with Triple G. Yep. So we asked the people, what do they think? What would they rather see Canelo take? Deal number 1 or deal number 2? Do you want Charlo or do you want Bivol and GGG? Well, the poll so far has 347 votes. Keep voting. You know what I'm saying? Go put in your votes.
Yes, sir.
And as of now, the polls, 66% say that they want him to fight Charlo and take the PBC deal. As opposed to 34% say Bivol and GGG.
Okay, so we want the fried chicken over the naan bread and stir fry. I'm kind of feeling that. We wish we could have the whole platter, but I'll take that.
Oh man, so I'll give my opinion on the deal. I mean, first of all, like I said, it was just fresh off the press and like, oh shit, like, and they're very specific deals. Like, the PBC deal for Charlo, it's one of these things where Charlo should have had a fight at least just to make it to make it a little bit more interesting. Let's just say if Canelo picked it, but now if Canelo picks the Charlo deal, this nigga hasn't fought in a year, so it's like by then. So it'd just be like,
and this would be his first fight at 168, right?
Yeah,
but I still want to see that fight regardless. And I'm gonna be completely honest. A Canelo Bivol fight does not fucking move me at all. I'm sorry, it does not.
That'd be a trash fight, to be honest.
Not
trash, but
because out of the 3, Bivol probably has the style to really give Canelo problems, but Bivol likes to fight too negative, which is another thing too. He's not gonna be Bivol is not gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna put fist to face or body or some shit like Bivol.
And then you don't really commit with like the arsenal like that.
And the funny thing is, Bivol can punch, but I don't know what switched with this dude. Like,
nah. This nigga pushes his punches too much, and I'm not trying to see him do that against a fucking middleweight.
It seems like he boxes. He boxes the shit out of these cats though. And outside of maybe Joe Smith hurting him once, he doesn't really get tagged like that. But it just seemed like he used to be someone you could actually watch, but now he's like almost a chore. But his style is, he can his style because he moves and he can actually punch, he can actually jab. He can get
Canelo. He has a good work rate too.
Yeah,
it's the quality of punches, like King P says. Yeah. Like a lot of them be either jabs, which is fine, but then when he opens up more, it's a lot of arm punches. And before, you had some of those the humdums mixed into those arm punch flurries and shit. It's more arm punching now than ever. So,
right.
Me personally, I'd rather see Joe Smith and Canelo than Canelo Bivol.
Right. Even though I
know that fucking plumber gonna go in there throwing wrenches and every fucking thing at that fucking ginger. So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, and whereas Bivol will probably, like I said, he'll get Canelo
be all polite and shit.
Yeah, but Bivol will probably stink it out, and it's just like, and I don't think most people will want, even though, like I said, if you have a DAZN subscription like I do, it's gonna be like, it's $9.99. Other fights can make up for it. But I could see why people wouldn't like that. Although, like I said, I think Bivol will give him the most problems. Whereas Charlo, if he does it, Charlo has not. I mean, the last time he was out, the dude, he won. I mean, he basically won a 121-08. But it was one of those fights where his opponent got a little bit too much credit, because his opponent was able to put hands on him, rock him a couple times, and dude had a blown up hand and his eye was shut and all types of shit like that.
Y'all give Montiel too much fucking credit for like 2 good rounds. Like
the problem was though,
it wasn't 2 good rounds, bro. Stop that.
It wasn't 2 rounds. Like I mean,
I'd be more moved if Charlo faced the Darrell before at 168 and looked impressive doing it. You know what I'm saying? To be his first fight at Canelo at 168, it's kind of
it pretty much it plays into a Canelo type of thing he likes to do. It's, but and like I said, I mean, Charlo was not impressive. Like regardless of how what the scores were, like Charlo got hands put on by Montiel way too much. And once he hit the wall, he hit the wall. To
piggyback on what Pat's saying, I would say fucking Montiel was more competitive with Charlo than Jose Cito was with Thurman.
and I'd
agree, even though that's not saying much, but I'd agree.
Nah, that's saying a lot because Montiel made competitive hard rounds from like the 9th round on. Jose Cito just had one moment in the middle of the fight, and that was it.
Good. And like I said, I remember how there was a lot of disappointment after that Charlo Montiel fight. Like you can see the crowd was silent. Like they were wondering because the niggas were thinking like, damn, this nigga's about to be knocked out on the Juneteenth.
You gotta remember, the Juneteenth. Damn, this nigga got the IBM. You got the Pentel chip memory right there, nigga. See?
Yeah.
See, it was the Juneteenth shit.
Yeah.
And then remember how it was the type of punches Montiel was landing.
Yeah, he was landing some
landing uppercuts and fucking overhand lefts or rights with the same hand.
And that was the first time. I mean, because I remember the only person who I
shit.
Yeah, like Korobov hit him, but Korobov wasn't like staggering him, like he was just snapping his head back. But Montiel was making him do little dances and shit like that off his punches. And it's just like, it's like, what the fuck? And like the crowd was silent. You can see like Spence looking at him. You can see his brother was looking at him like, nigga, what the fuck? Like,
they were looking disappointed. Like Spence was like, what the fuck, this nigga?
That fight, like everyone knows Charlo was more talented than that to let someone like Montiel put hands on him like that. Like
niggas was looking like how a Pat Scorpio post reads.
Shit. So yeah, it was just one of those things. And then if he's coming up there to face Canelo, that's a tall order. Like Canelo right now is. And people have always thrown around the Canelo Charlo things, but after that fight, everyone's pretty much say, hey, Canelo will probably body dude, and it's hard to really to argue against that when you see him getting shook up by Montiel like that. You know what I'm saying? But PBC is obviously willing to to pay the money because Canelo might have done, I think, sold $800K or some shit like that, and it clearly had a lot of buzz, especially after what happened at the conference and shit like that.
Let's be honest. Who gives out of those 3 people on that list? Who gives Canelo the hardest fight?
Triple G. Period.
I wish I could say that. But we're talking about 2 niggas with layoffs, and one of them's like 40.
But I mean, I think it's already established because let's put it this way. I mean, Canelo, Triple G's always doing it, and Triple G is like, I mean, out of all the Canelo fights that get talked about, Canelo, it's either people bring up the Floyd fight or a Triple G fight with maybe the Lara fight every now and then, and like I said, Triple
with
G,
the Trout fight mixed in, that sprinkled in sometimes.
Yeah. And Triple G, and like I said, he fought hard the first 2 fights, but yeah, as LB said, Triple G is 40. He's 40. He will be 40 in a couple of weeks. I
don't want to see a prime Canelo face a 40-year-old Triple G that never fought at super middleweight before. No,
he fought.
Too bad because Canelo fight a prime Triple G, motherfucker. Shit. Yeah. Hold on, who said that? I don't even know who even said that. I'm sorry if I snap. Hold on. Who
No,
said
you're good. You're good. I mean, you're a
That was
Triple
you?
G
That was you?
fan. You're a GG fan. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Canelo Golovkin 3 kind of seems past its expiration date at this point.
Yeah,
I don't
that's all
care.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, and especially we don't know. I mean, obviously,
I'm a
Triple G-
Golovkin fan, and I agree.
Yeah, I mean, especially it depends how Triple G looks against Murata. Now, if Murata looks like he's putting hands on dude too, then yeah, Triple G Canelo 3 should not happen. It should not.
This thing, if this is the thing I'm worried about, and I voted Charlo. I feel like if Canelo chooses the Bivol, the Zone, Matchroom contract, Golovkin might just say fuck a damn Corolla Toyota fight.
Yeah, and that myself was just yeah.
And that would kind of piss me off because now you just holding up another, and and this is why Ring Gang is real, because I'm fans of certain fighters, but I gotta call it real when they do certain kind of fucked up shit that kind of fuck up the sport.
Yeah. I wouldn't agree with that.
See him hold up middleweight for damn near 2 years just to fight Canelo at 168. It would just be like god damn, dude, like
right, like I mean Triple G.
that's the whole shit, like
yeah, it's just like. Yeah, I mean, it's just like we were talking about before with Dillian White. Like, Dillian White should have fought Otto Valen, and just got that shit over with instead of just trying to
hyping us all up for it.
Yeah.
See, we kind of already I already want to see the Murata fight. I'm already kind of sold on that because I'm looking at it like, okay, the winner probably gonna get Munguia. So, with any other wild card happening, but. Even if Adamus fought the winner, I would still be like okay, that's still a good, cool fight, whatever.
Right.
Because he earned it. He earned a title shot. Fuck it. But I want to see something from I don't even think it's good for Triple G to have such a long layoff and go right into Canelo.
Yeah.
Just to wrap up what I'm saying, I only would want to see a Golovkin Canelo fight if Golovkin fights Murata,
right,
and beats his ass and looks impressive. Then I'll be all for a fucking Canelo fight. But if that doesn't happen,
yeah,
I'm good. And if that fight needs to be scheduled, coming up, it needs to be scheduled, but we need to get a date before fucking June or some shit.
Yeah, because this shit got. Obviously because of the the Omarion shit going on in Japan and shit like that, they had to postpone it. And then Eddie's been kind of wishy-washy. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen in March or whatever the fuck, But yeah, you gotta announce that shit soon. You gotta. Triple G's clearly been training. If you go to his IG and shit like that,
he's been training.
And truthfully, he's starting to look a little old in the face. You can tell that shit is that. Dude is aging. He is.
I think he might be overtraining at this point. If he's aging, because at first he was looking young again, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and remember,
wow.
Yeah, because he's almost 40 years old, trying to make middleweight. It's one of those things. It's,
he's in shape all year, so I feel you know what it is. I think we getting a little restless. We just want to see this motherfucker fight already.
Right.
He's like Thurman. It's two of my favorite fighters are finally gonna fight this year, and I'm like, okay,
Right, and then you have a Murata. Yeah, and then you have a Murata who you want to face because dude pretty much was gift wrapped his belt when Canelo finally gave up that WBA middleweight belt. Yeah, and it's just he's the super champion or whatever the fuck. But yeah, he needs to fight. If he's Triple G, he should have been had a fight. So basically just want middleweight division not to be held up and actually do what they need to do. But yeah, it's like LB said, if Triple G fights Murata and wins and wins impressively, brutally, I would,
I'm all for that fight because then it also makes the fight bigger because now the people who was like, man, Canelo will KO him, now they're like, okay, and the people who's like, he's too old, they're like, the fight gets intrigue, but for them to just pop up. Like boxing does a horrible job of managing upcoming fights and get you anticipating shit.
Right, and then like I said, I mean, and like I said, you just hate to see someone like Triple G or Charlo just happen to go into this fight and knowing damn well that they needed a fight in the interim before taking on Canelo.
Especially Charlo, because at least Triple G done fought the man, and it's like I don't think there's too much Canelo gonna do other than the shit he's done in the 2 fights.
Right,
And remember, one of them was something he's never done before, the running shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be honest, like if you got a hurt knee and you're moving that much, like that pressure is real.
Exactly. So,
because I don't remember Sean Bay Mitchell moving that much against fucking Costa Zoo.
Hell nah. Or against Paul Williams, for that matter.
Exactly. At least Paul Williams' damn knee was good. It wasn't the problem. It was in the first Costa Zoo fight.
Yeah.
Paul Williams caught him when he was out of his prime. So I kind of.
Right. So I mean, but at least with these fights still, I think. I mean, the Charlo fight is a Cinco de Mayo fight, if I'm not mistaken. I think if I saw one of
that's a big fight in Texas, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
They make that fucking fight. It's a one-off. I mean, this is the thing, man. The whole Bivol Golovkin, it's like y'all didn't give me a good combo. Like, if y'all would have said, like, you know what, Andre Golovkin, I would have been like, all right, I'm sold. That's it. Let me see who else Matchroom the Zone got over there that y'all could have paired up with Golovkin, and I'd have been like, okay. So
Munguia, Jaime Munguia, all day.
Yeah, but Munguia is Golden Boys. That's the thing. Like,
you might not want to fuck with them. And then beat up a young Mexican that got next. I don't know.
Any mix of that, but now now it supposedly Andrade going up 168 now again. The rumors coming up again.
Yeah, that nigga he really going after Canelo.
And then also too, just to add on, because I know because ever since that news broke, I mean, there's actually been a minor update. I'm just looking at the Twitter from Salvador Rodriguez, shout out ESPN, his Twitter account. So basically, I think the update is right now in the middle of negotiations. He's saying that Canelo is leaning towards the Bivol Golovkin deal for May-September.
Wow, that Bivol fight has like no buzz.
Yeah, because Bivol is one of those guys because Bivol hasn't really fought on an American TV station for quite a while now. I mean,
Canelo's star isn't going to continue to grow if he goes into a Bivol fight right after the Plant fight. And for how big and impactful the Plant fight was, I feel like going into Bivol is like a ladder. It's a forward move, but it's like a bishop. It goes diagonal. It's not like a rook where it's just going.
Knowledge is being born. Yeah, like I mean, let me say, like Bivol is a quality fighter, but in terms of intrigue, because Bivol is like, if Bivol's performances were a lot better, if he actually scored some knockouts in between,
like Bivol hasn't really had like a win with teeth, and the Zerto fight is popping, and I'm one of these niggas who I like to see destiny meet itself. Mm-hmm. I feel like whoever wins out of Zerto Bivol should get the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much of a fucking neither one has done enough on his own. At least you can say Charlo hasn't done enough recently on his own, but his body will work. And you could legit make a case for Canelo ducking him for 2 divisions already. You can't make that case for Bivol.
No. Yeah, I think, and like I said, Bivol, he hasn't stopped anyone in 4 years. I mean, his last knockout win was against Barrera, Sullivan Barrera.
And he's not like fucking sizzling in these fights either. It's not just he's not stopping anybody. It's the whole, he's not whooping nobody's ass.
So would you rather Joe Smith Jr. better be have a unification bout then for the other belts?
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's put Joe
Oh,
Smith
man,
in the
look,
ball.
any light heavyweight who got a belt could really go at it, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there when Joe Smith fought Bivol live, and pretty much Bivol outboxed his ass for 11 out of the 12 rounds, except the one second that Smith tagged him, Bivol turned into a zombie.
Yeah, he wants to run that back. That'd be a good fight though too.
Yeah, but I'd rather see I'd rather see a different matchup because the fight was too one-sided for me to be like, hey, but Joe Smith hasn't proved that he's earned the fight. I wouldn't be mad if it happened. Like, I really like, yo, give me fucking Zerto Bivol, Joe Smith, Bitter Beef. The winners fight each other, and the winner fight Canelo.
Yeah.
And Canelo in the spare time, all that happens. Canelo could literally fight fucking Charlo and Benavidez, and maybe even Golovkin too.
Right.
Because honestly, you know how big of a star, even bigger Canelo would be if he had a run like that, because that's literally all the fights people want to see. I would say Benavidez for last because he's the youngest and he could be fighting more people and building his name up. Like, Charlo did enough already. He just need to be fighting more recently. That's his fault, because y'all niggas lose to Canelo because y'all not fucking sharp.
Right, exactly.
And you gotta be sharp. There's certain styles you just gotta be fucking sharp for. Canelo's one of them.
Right, yeah. And Charlo can't be going into the, doing what he did in the Montreal fight, getting gassed and tagged up, because Canelo will bust the shit up. Bivol, although has the style to beat Canelo, Bivol would have to really know how to put something behind his punches, like really punch, like try to punch through Canelo, try to do something, like instead of spoiling. And then Triple G, unfortunately, has a style, but he doesn't have the youth or the age on the side anymore. So it's like,
so he's in an uphill battle with a familiar style.
Yeah.
But if he, it'd be nice of him to shake the rust off, and who knows, that 168 might do good for his body.
Right, exactly. I mean, because I'm sorry,
I hit harder and everything.
I mean, Triple G is still due for at least a last stand type of fight, like that last great performance. I mean, that stage hasn't come back. I mean, he's had gut checks since his first loss. But I mean, he's due for at least one of those. But yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, the deal's intriguing. Like, I mean, I think it's gonna be. In the next couple of weeks, more details will come out. But as far as I know, the PBC, because it's a one-fight deal, because Canelo likes to be independent. He likes to do his, he was like, yeah, I'll sign with you for a couple of fights and then I'll move on, because that's the type of time. And truthfully, that's probably one of the better things he's done, because at least he's removed that barrier, that political barrier, and then his brand is to the point is so strong that he can actually do that. And that's fine.
And you can get more creative with the matchmaking, and
yeah, Oscar's not pulling the strings anymore, or DAZN's telling him can't tell him to take certain fights anymore. Although DAZN actually wants him on the platform, which is part of the whole reason why. And then for whatever reason, Canelo has built such a rapport with Eddie Hearn. Like, Eddie Hearn gushes over that dude like nobody's business. Cokehead, businessman running interference. Yeah, exactly. And Canelo seems to like him, so it's like so.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Honestly, like, if it's all said and done, I'll hold it against Canelo if he don't fight Charlo or Andre. He has he really should have fought both by now, but he has to fight at least one. If it's Charlo, so be it. Although I think Andre is the worst matchup for him, and he's at least sharper, more active. I give him that. Yeah.
And that's what saves Andre. At least is more active than he's been in a long time. Dude, at least he gets.
Andre to definitely be a tougher fight for Canelo next than Charlo would, and Charlo is already a tough fight.
Right, and then just to mention it real quickly for Andre, I mean, news kind of broke that Andre is considering to vacating his middleweight belt and to go up to WBO, and try to be the next mandatory by facing one Zach Parker for the interim WBO 168 title. And if that comes to fruition, and Boo Boo becomes Mando, well, yeah, you gotta look at that. Canelo can't really ignore him, and else that ducking shit will come just a little bit louder.
I mean, this will be the third division. 3 divisions Andre's been chasing him after.
Yeah,
Canelo gonna start talking about cruiserweight then.
Yeah, he's gonna say,
he'll want to fight Joe Smith by then.
Yeah, he'll be like, what, I'm light heavyweight champion now. Get the fuck out of here, light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It would look better. Like the Charlo Andre fights, they're more now. Like Bivol, he could still build himself up a little more for that fight. Like, cause he doesn't have a bigger name than Charlo. If both their names were equal right now, then cool. But they're not. Right. And Canelo star, it's grown since last year. He started speaking English. He's been going viral more, been doing shit, got married, getting different looks, fought 3 times, all knockouts, fight. It's like, dude, you don't go from all that shit to go to fucking Mr. Decisioner, the fucking
Mr. Decisioner.
Like, I'm just saying, who manage these niggas?
Right. But like I said, in the end, obviously, the bottom line for him would be how much they're getting paid. Like, now, obviously, PBC is more. See that, and that's also the one thing with this deal. Like, regardless of either deal, like I said, Canelo cards are not.
PBC gonna promote the fight more.
What's that?
PBC is gonna promote the fight more if they do the Charlo fight.
Oh, for sure. But then, like I said, obviously, usually because the PBC is gonna have to end it. PBC is gonna give him another $40 million or whatever, and then we're gonna end up with a shitty undercard. Like I said, I told people I was pissed I had to pay for Canelo Plant. I was not happy to do that because my woman wanted to watch that shit, and I had no choice. I had to pay for that shit, and that shit was not cool, So yeah, I voted for Bivol Golovkin only strictly because. I have a DAZN subscription. This shit will be $9.99, and I'm pretty sure it won't be. DAZN won't be rolling out no pay-per-view option.
Nigga, you thinking about yourself, bro?
I am, nigga. I sure am. Right. Yes, nigga, I'm biased.
Okay, all right. Take the money out the equation.
Then the anger remains.
Gun to your head, nigga. Gun to your head.
So,
this nigga's like, fuck it. I could take maybe one bullet.
I'll be like Damon Wayans in that movie, nigga.
This nigga's like, oh Lord, I can't even go no further with that. Nigga remix everything.
Right, but like I said, nigga, me being biased because of what proceed. Because like I said, with Canelo's DAZN fights, like for all the Canelo fights that's aired on there. The cost for the $9.99, it still doesn't add up to the $70-something that I pay for that shit for Canelo Plant on PBC. So yeah,
deep down, you rather see the Charlo fight.
I would love to see a Charlo fight though, but now it's looking like.
Yeah, be honest, not take the money. Like you really don't want to see you really want to see the.
Well, yeah, because Charlo's actually gonna try to Charlo's actually gonna try to hurt him, whereas Bivol's gonna try to stink it out. But at least if he does stink it out, it'll be $9.99. If Charlo does it, it'll be $75 after watching some struggle shit. And Canelo might.
Hold on, you would watch some struggle shit, then you'd be treated to like a classic super middleweight war.
Well, if they put it in the theater and I end up paying only like $13 for it, then yeah, I'll
see. That's how you should have thought about it, but no, you nigga.
Yeah, Canelo Charlo is the more entertaining fight. But like I said, the pattern with both deals, like the cards will be struggle as fuck before we actually get to the main fights for those, and that's what I always fear, because like I said, PBC is going to overpay him, and DAZN does what they do with him, and then the cards are not really built up. I mean, DAZN doesn't do any marketing for this shit. They never do.
Everybody give Canelo trash cards. At least Golden Boy tried.
Golden Boy.
God damn, that's the only thing that really hurts. Like Golden Boy was the best and the worst thing for Canelo.
Right. Yeah, they tried, but it's just like
at least they put some side dishes on the plate. You ever go to a restaurant where only the main dish is good?
Yep.
Like you order some ribs or some chicken, but like the fries are trash, the coleslaw trash, the fucking the baked potato trash. But goddamn, that chicken was good in the motherfucker though.
Right. And that's basically these 3 deals, man. But like I said, I mean, we'll probably hear more in the following weeks what the real defined details are. But like I said, it's buzzing right now, and it's amazing to me. It's like, damn, like people was like, I think people really wanted to vote for this shit, vote for one or the other. And
that's a lot of votes. Over 300 some votes, like.
Or 348 now.
Shit, that's crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, but honestly, that just tell me that, and honestly, that's a good gauge, heat check for how much people really want to see the Charlo fight.
Right.
Like people literally been. The only thing that just makes it bad is, and it's really on Charlo, is not being active more.
Right.
Even if you'd have been career mode in it, at least you'd have been kind of active.
Right. He needed something at least from that Montiel fight. That'll at least give him a little bit momentum going into Canelo fight if Canelo decides to do another 1-fight deal.
Yeah.
But
so I definitely kind of. But honestly, just imagine if the options were this: Charlo Benavidez, Bivol Golovkin, or Smith and Bitterbeef. Which one you would have picked then? And that question's to all of y'all.
For me, it would have been Benavidez.
You would have picked Charlo Benavidez?
Oh, you mean you saw
No, it's a 2-fight deal. Look.
Yeah, I would have done that. I would have done Charlo and Benavidez.
Oh,
Benavidez. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Benavidez.
Yeah, Charles and Benavidez would be a good.
Oh, okay. So damn, we agree on that. All right, so we all agree on that.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's like no one picking against that Benavidez fight.
Yeah, I want. Let's put it this way. I mean, at 168, Benavidez is probably the last remaining big fight that has some notoriety for Canelo at this weight. I mean, outside of maybe Andre Cohen up there, and then of course, Benavidez though has a fight with someone who could probably upset the plans if he's not careful with David Lemieux. For the interim belt. So,
all right, so my second
Lemieux ain't upsetting shit.
I'm not. One thing about Lemieux has struggled in his boxing, but that nigga hits too fucking hard. You just don't know. Like Lemieux can knock somebody
he
one
hits
shot
hard, but I'm just saying, man, the boxing be too struggle if you competent enough.
Yeah, it is though. But I just feel like fuckery is afoot. Like let's say, I mean, in that fight, I mean, Benavidez will probably win, but I'm not gonna rule out Lemieux knocking him out cold with one shot. Because I'm pretty sure he could do it.
Yeah, because Benavidez, he could definitely up his profile with that fight.
Yeah,
But I was gonna say, sorry, my second choice would have been Joe Smith and Bitterbeef.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely. I mean, I'd love to see. I mean, like I said, Joe Smith will be up for that fight. And then Beterbiev is pretty much like the one guy that everyone says can actually beat Canelo, can probably beat Canelo with it currently. Like, I mean, at minimum would be 50-50. I mean, but yeah. Beterbiev is like Triple G right now. Like, Beterbiev is coming out of his prime. Like, he's not aging per se. I mean, he's not like, struggling, whatever. I mean, he still hits too fucking hard and nigga like.
I think he's not at his peak.
Yeah, he's
on the downslide of his prime.
Right, exactly.
But I feel like he's still prime, like he's still preserved.
And he's still fucking dangerous. But it's like, it's only so many times that he can do what Baby was doing, what he's doing before, his performances start sliding. Like, so it's like, it's better now Canelo tries to get him, rather than if Beterbiev, suffers a shock knockout from somebody or some shit like that.
Nah, but you got to look at it this way. For all the options, the first option happens this year. Your second option happens the next year.
Right.
Your third option happens the third year. So, do we all agree on the second option as Joe Smith Beterbiev as being the second option?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that makes Bivol Golovkin the third option. And just to illustrate how boxing works, look how we getting the least option we all wanted. That's the one we're gonna end up getting. There was a reason why I set that shit up. I know I was going roundabout as fuck.
Yeah, and you're right. And that's perfect way. Like I said, so just like I just mentioned before.
And that's the least in the instant. It's the least expected set of hard fights too.
Right.
Because look, man, honestly, Charlo Benavidez, you go back to back with them, you might lose one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might get a draw. It's possible. Joe Smith, Beterbiev, that's low key the same thing. Maybe even a bigger chance of losing one of those.
Certainly, Canelo's body would be taxed going through those two.
Yeah, especially if this is the Joe Smith that's going to be throwing down 60 punches at your ass,
right?
Round. Yeah. That motherfucker, he heavy-handed and he be relentless with it, and now he boxing behind the jab more and shit and going at it. So, and then Beterbiev, he's clubbing at your ass with boxing skills too. So.
Right.
You don't want them two fucking fights back to back. Charlo Benavidez, both of them are going after your ass like a dog on a damn warthog. One of them is like got a great jab and he power boxes you and he throws every type of punch in the book hard.
Right.
Benavidez, and he has footwork and he can move. Although he walks in the shots, his defense is Benavidez throws a gazillion hard punches, flat-footed as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right there to hit you, but he's right there fighting him back. Right. So you're gonna have to be, jabbing in, moving your hand, countering, moving your head, which, like, you have to practice and really do drills to get that shit.
Right.
I'm saying, shit, you probably done it, like, but to do that at the elite level for a whole night, like, that's how zeroed in you're gonna have to be for that guy.
Right, because like I said, you can't let him hit you like that at all. You can't.
That's okay. That's a hard fight. And I just compared all those matchups, 4 matchups, and then you look at Bivol, and you know how we talked about that earlier with the fucking
right.
The arm punching and the jab, and if once Canelo isn't discouraged by the jab no more, he'll start doing overhands or walking them down.
Right, throwing lead uppercut, shit like that.
Right.
Yeah. In optics, seeing Canelo bully a bigger man pisses me off. Like I don't want to see that. It makes sense, the big nigga in me, but when I see a nigga that's small on me and he's walking me down, throwing whatever fuck punches he wants, and it's hurting, he's clearly doing damage, that upsets me. So I definitely don't want to see that.
I ain't gonna lie, Canelo been embarrassing big niggas lately. Like
he has, like, it's pissing me off. Like that's why Canelo Smith is gonna have to go a long fucking way to get because, like, I mean, he was cool.
He put a dude in the hospital up at 175.
Yeah. That's not cool. Like Canelo Smith has.
No, I'm saying I'm not. I hope dude's cool. Like, okay, I'm just saying, like, he's made a little comeback in the right direction, like, to redeem himself.
Right. No, but I need full redemption. Like, I need to see something else, because seeing this nigga get beaten around the ring and
fuck that nigga. Bivol versus Callum Smith.
You know what? That would be a good fucking fight.
Why no one's mentioned that?
Very good fight.
Y'all niggas tweet this like something. What the fuck? Like, hey man, like y'all niggas sleeping.
Or Zerto Column Smith.
I think that's been talked about.
I fucks with that too.
Yeah, that's been talked about. I don't think no one has mentioned Bivol Callum Smith for whatever reason. You know that I've never
on the same side of the street or the mall or the shopping center, whatever the fuck y'all call it now.
Yeah, I mean basically anything for Bivol, because Bivol, I'm tired of Bivol's competition lately. Like he needs to, dude needs to cut that shit out. Like he needs to get better with that.
And see, he's been looking pedestrian against the competition.
Right.
It's one thing if you're like Jeff Lacey and niggas and shit, but if you're just, Octi and niggas and
sweet sciencing niggas, like no knockdowns, none of that shit. And that's not cool.
I'm good on that.
Yeah.
like I only approve sweet science when it leads to beat down brutal stoppages.
Right.
Other than that, you're just fencing with gloves.
Oh shit, no! But
I probably hurt some feelings with that one. It's okay. I be boxing too, niggas.
Yeah. Like some people.
I said I done ran before too. It's okay. I get it.
So I think we just have to stay tuned to see how the Canelo deal is developing. Whether we get the one that the majority people want, or we get the one that we don't. Most people don't want.
You gonna get what you want. The fucking Terminators over here ain't gonna get what they want. we shit out of luck, so we just happy Terminators is back.
Facts.
Because shit, we all want the Charlo fight like any other self-respecting boxer.
Fact.
Nigga, he thinking about what a good job, and this nigga thinking about his pockets. Like,
I am, nigga. I am.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when I paid for Canelo Plant, and it didn't, no upsets really occurred, and Canelo didn't really take a beating, and Plant was as pathetic as I thought he would be. Yeah, no, I didn't get a refund on that shit, nigga. Yeah, no, I need to resort back to what I know.
God damn. Nah, but I feel you though. Like, I think PBC gotta really consider doing some type of streaming service or something like.
I'm saying, or do a better job stacking up their cards. Like, if you're gonna be doing pay-per-views every month, you gotta stack up your cards a hell of a lot. Give people an incentive to actually not complain about the cards being on pay-per-view. I'll
mention this before we stop. I'm sorry. PBC really fucking up when they decided to diminish the quality of the PBC Fox cards.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
they stagnated a lot of careers when they did that.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it just wasn't worth it, because now a lot of guys who were fighting twice a year, they just fighting once a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a mid-level op. Might be a stacked card on PBC, or it might be a pay-per-view. Look how bad the Charlo's careers done turned out since they stopped bidding on Fox.
Yeah. Since their pay-per-view. Well, no, one of them is still, his career is still where it needs to be. He just needs to redeem himself.
But look at this. His career did like, it's better than Maul's. Like, Mel's shit it's basically on the up and up.
Right.
It could be better. When I say could be better, if Fox was still having marquee fights, Mel would have been on damn Fox at least once again.
Agreed.
He would have been just fighting once a year.
Agree.
Remember 2019?
Mm-hmm.
Where he clapped up Coda, and then he still fought Harrison at the end of the year.
Right.
On a Fox card.
And it was a dope card too. It was a great night. In the
great card. Shit, like honestly, like 2019 was the last great year of boxing, and 2022, it got a lot to do to catch up.
It does. Like,
and I don't know if fucking voting for Bivol Golovkin is the way to go, but hey, we'll see. But this is the thing. This is what like Pat. You know, all y'all niggas know better with the boxing gods. Sometimes you could fuck with them a little too much. It'll just be our luck. Well, Bivol, he steps up and fights the fight of his life and beats Canelo. So you never know. So I don't want to just shit on it. Like, I wouldn't mind the fight. I'm just saying, I really want to see the Charlo fight. God damn it.
Yeah, it's just more this anticipation of excitement. What offensive excitement. And in Bivol, like I said, if he at least had a couple of knockouts in between, then I'd be fuck yeah, fight Bivol. But well, I mean, we'll see where it goes. Like I said,
you voted for him, shit.
I did,
I'm going hard for all of us, for everybody else out there. Like you see, like Pilot and King P, they more cool with it, man. They laid back, but they're like, man, fuck it. Like, I'll see some sweet science in and Golovkin, Terminator 3 fight. What do you got? Damn, that sounds a lot of motherfuckers voted. Yes, a lot of niggas voted for Charlo, but a lot of you motherfuckers want to see Bivol and Golovkin, so I give it to y'all. And make everybody happy.
Right, I mean, it's lopsided, but it's not like really lopsided. Like, it was just that some people still hold out hope for the other two.
Because I'm looking at 33% out of 348 votes is a good chunk of people.
But then one last thing I want to add on before we wrap up too, and probably I think the reason why the number is so lopsided in this fact, and it's really a thing too, is because they want Canelo to fight more African American boxers, slick boxers. That's been one of the biggest things with Canelo.
African. Oh my god, you niggas better not fucking mention Charlo and Slick.
That's the thing, and I hear all the time. It's like, why is Canelo fighting
African American? Just say black boxer.
Yeah, because we all know African American and Slick are kind of equated to each other when it comes to boxing. So it's
they're not fucking. There's so many black niggas that be boxing. They're not slick for fucking shit.
Yeah, and they'll need to, but I think it's just equated. But I think people are just. I guess there's a segment that people are tired of Canelo fighting either Brits or Brits for that matter. It's just fight or cats that are like Caleb Plant.
I don't have no type of physical threat to him.
Exactly, one or the other.
Niggas just need to come out and be like, it's like politics when people be like, man, people of color or minorities. No, niggas say African Americans, motherfucker. Goddamn, say black people. Shit. Like, say you want Canelo to fight fucking Jamal Charlo or Andre or Jamel Charlo. Like, just say the specific name. Stop with these roundabout fucking. Well, he need to fight slick guys or slick black guys. And it's like, hold on. What slick black guys near Canelo weight? Andre, no, that's 160. But okay, well, I don't even fuck with Andre. Like, you be sweet science and niggas too much. Charlo, I'm like, but Charlo's not slick. Man. Like, y'all say what it is. Goddamn. Like,
but yeah, that was just my 2 cents. I want to add on to why I think it's so skewed, because like I said, it's a prevalent attitude I've seen more than enough times, from people regarding Canelo.
Let's go see Anthony Joshua slick next, man. Oh man, he was looking like damn Prime Sweet Pea in that damn Ruiz rematch, boy. What are you talking about? Like y'all, oh my god! Like I'm done. Like, I'm sorry, Pat. Go finish it out. Like,
no. I'm good. So yeah, I think we're done with our show for tonight. So I mean, like I said, those cards, those 2 cards, are on the first Saturday of February. and then we'll Canelo stuff. We'll stay tuned on there. But I'm not previewing, but just to mention, there is boxing on this weekend. If you are looking for it, Top Rank has a card. Robson Canseco versus Xavier Martinez. If you're interested in that, Nico Ali's on that shit again.
Oh God, you really serious?
Yeah, he's on the undercard. I don't think at least he's not the co-main. That's the least they learned from that shit. He's not the co-main, so they actually have. I think they have a better co-main. I just forgot what it was, but they have a way better co-main.
What's the co-main for this one?
I forgot, but I just forgot the names. But I know for sure that the co-main is it's not Nico Ali Walsh. That's for damn sure.
Wow.
And then even more interesting, the other, the infamous Don King card where they have, where the cruiserweights are coming to, they'll fight on Fight TV if you actually want to pay for it.
The Canelo emergency plan.
Yeah, where you have the WBC cruiserweight champion Junior Makabu, facing his mandatory Machunu, and if you know cruiserweights, Mabuku, you know that it'll be an extremely violent fight, and like I said, I didn't think Don King would actually. Don King got it on Fight TV, but since King Vision clearly isn't a thing anymore of the past, that's another old school shit I'm throwing out there.
Hell yeah, bars.
But most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if something on Twitter comes out there and be like, God damn, Makabu kind of went to war and there was bleeding buckets and shit and it was violent. Someone was convulsing and shit like that on the ground. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that's what you hear, because like I said, cruiserweights when they've been quiet for the last couple of years, but usually when their fights come up, especially with a Makabu fight, they deliver for most part.
Facts.
So there is boxing on this weekend. A little advertisement.
What day is that fight? The cruiserweight fight?
That's still Saturday too. I don't know the time. All I know is it's on Fight TV. If you have the service or whatever, or if it's on your cable system for that matter.
Yeah, I think I might want to see that over the Top Rank card now.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure there'll be some ways for us to catch that fight. Like I said, that's the Canelo emergency card, just to see, if
contingency plan.
Yeah, if Canelo needs to escape from certain things don't go to plan, that's the plan.
Yeah, if like Bivol KO somebody in a street fight or some shit, or Canelo they can't make the fight, or Canelo don't want the Charlo fight, whatever the case, Golovkin and. Mm-hmm. He's like, fuck it, I ain't going over the Top Rank. Cruiserweight shit, okay.
Yeah,
I'll bring back Canelo King Vision. Let's start remixing shit.
Yeah, it'll be funny.
Canelo Vision,
it'll be funny though if Don King, Canelo has to deal with Don King and has to deal with his Don King's fuckery. Because Don King is 90 years old, 91 years old. Still, him and Bob Arum still are lucid. Well, I think Don King might be a little bit more lucid than Bob these days. Like Don King doesn't seem to have lost that type of, that's his type of brain power. He's still very sharp for an old man. So it's gonna be interesting to see how
who got stable to play favoritism with that Arum has.
Right.
and to be juggling fights from fans that niggas want to see, so
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that dude still knows how to lock people down in the contract. That's for damn sure. Like Don don't got them fighters like that though. But if you sign to Don, you want to leave before that shit is up. You better either stay on the bench or you're gonna have to pay to get out of his contracts. Like Don still doesn't fuck around with that. He don't got no fighters like that either. Makabu just happens is probably his most high profile one now because he's probably Don King's only champion. But yeah,
like every 2 hours there's some hungry, talented boxer kid who signed on a bad contract because he's looking for a way out.
Right.
So we can sit here and be like, man, you know, it's such and such a year. Ain't no one signing to that nigga now. Yeah, turn around. It's just like when rappers be the same way, man. Like, man, you see how they fucked the locks over, y'all. You see how they did. What's his name? Like, nah. Next day, next week. Oh yeah, what's his name? Lil such and such song with that nigga. Oh, word.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, the business is business, man. Sometimes business is shady, but it's either do I want to eat or do I want to be broke, man? It's one of those deals, and some people would rather be put through the ringer just for a little bit of money than starve. I mean, it is what it is, man.
It's the game. The game's the game.
The game's the game. But yeah, that's it for me, and that's it from the show. So I mean, I'll just go with my final thoughts. Like, shout out to obviously the whole of Ring Gang, man. We got shit coming down for you, coming down the pike a little later. Articles, the cartoon. Cartoon is definitely we're trying to get to the level of completion. It's got a couple ad things here and there. And obviously, like I said, sub to everything, but especially, go to our website and sub to our YouTube, and then tell your friends about our YouTube. And then so we can all be friends, and because like I said, we do this shit for y'all. We love talking about boxing and other miscellaneous things for y'all. Saying we enjoy doing this. And I think that's about it for me. LB, man, what about you? Final thoughts?
Oh, cartoon definitely on the way. Prolific sent me a clip a few hours ago. Just getting the voices worked on. A lot of shit jumping off. Y'all make sure y'all check my Shuttleworth collection on OpenSea.io, the marketplace. All the fly dope boxing artwork and shit, NFTs. Y'all get that.
Yes, sir.
There's classic shit. It's real dope artwork. Real dope shit. Now, let me just say one thing, man. A lot of the damn boxing NFT artwork and shit y'all see these boxers toting and parading shit look garbage. Look trash. Y'all fucking flooding up the marketplace and running up the band with that bullshit.
Word.
Like, get some real artwork, get some real artists, like, and do some real collaborations and make some fly shit. Like, this bullshit, everybody's putting a damn Slick Rick chain on a goddamn gorilla and some shades. Like, that, that's just trash.
Yes, sir.
Like, no one don't want to see that bullshit. Like I seen Floyd got some dope ones. I seen Mike Tyson got some dope ones, but like, it's too many boxers for only just two people and two retired motherfucking boxers that had to fly shit out there.
Facts.
So it's like a fucking big name rapper, dropping an album and he just got the whack ass producers. That's what y'all niggas is doing right now. And y'all getting like y'all, it's like y'all getting whack nobodies. Like, y'all can get dope nobodies too. You know that, right? Like, y'all ain't gotta collab with niggas who is like famous. Like, y'all can find, niggas used to kill me with AZ. Niggas like, man, AZ be rapping on them SoundCloud beats, man. Them soulful stuff. I'm like, them shits be dope though, right?
Henny God. Oh, I'm just reading. Henny God put a comment. He was like, "Hey, can I put my boy Boxing Channel link in the chat?" Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Run that.
Do that. Yeah.
Salute. We'll shout him out too.
For sure. But sorry to interrupt you, LB, man.
You good, man. That's a salute, man. But yeah, like that's pretty much what I got to say, man. I hope we see some good cards next week. If I'm around this weekend to see boxing this weekend, I hope that's just good if I get to see it. And let's go. Terminator's back. Florida in the motherfucking building.
Yes,
light skinned gang, nigga.
Facts.
Long hair gang, nigga. I mean, well, he chopped off, but you know, over here it's still long hair gang. Fuck that.
Word. King P, man, your final thoughts?
Man, I'm just hoping we get some good boxing come February. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping we get good boxing all the time, but definitely kick off February right. So, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you already know what it is. Ring Gang all day. You know where to find us at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, ringgangradio.com. We got some more content coming. Just keep rocking with us, and we'll keep rocking with you. That's all I got to say about that.
Yes, sir. King P, you know, dropping his few words. Ayo, Pilot, what about you, bruh?
Oh yeah, what can I say? It's been it's been a while since I've been here, so glad to be back, of course. But you know what it is, ringgangradio.com, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever you think of, man, TikTok, all that. Facebook, I might have said that, but you know what it is. Shouts out to the LA Rams, aka the old St. Louis Rams. Get to the Super Bowl and win that shit, man.
Yes, sir.
haven't beat the Niners in 3 years, literally. You know what I'm saying? It's, last 6 games 0-6, so let's get it. But anyways, Terminator's back. Let's get it, and yeah. Hope everybody has a good rest of the month, man. Year's going by fast. Be easy though.
Sure is, and it's only in January too. Oh man, hey, yo, Henny guy, man, put that link in, bro. Like I said, we gotta make sure before we end the broadcast, man, so it's actually in there. Do that shit real quick. But yeah, man, like I said, January's coming, and I know, right now Matchroom released their schedule. I think PBC's is starting to come along, and Top Rank is, they're doing their cards here and there. It's popping up. They didn't release.
What else on PBC is getting lined up?
I mean, the only other one, obviously,
Gutierrez.
Yeah, the Gutierrez Colbert fight. That's at the end. That's at the end of February. Hopefully, I'm not too jet lagged from my trip, my vacation. I'm taking in mid-February to actually watch that. Throw my shit all out of whack and shit.
Then Angry Fist and Postal.
Yeah, Angry Fist and Postal. Yeah, PBC, like I said, and obviously there'll probably be some more pay-per-views or whatever.
Nah, I don't want to hear no more pay-per-views. Like, stop. Y'all barely getting a Thurman per pay-per-view.
Word.
What the fuck y'all doing? Like what? Oh fuck yeah, Spence Ugas.
Oh yeah, Spence. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know that's probably like a March type of deal. Like
I know that's gonna be a trash undercard. Like they only give Tank good undercards. I think Floyd got something to do with it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like Mentor or like Minty.
Yeah. Cause I promise, man, like the Spence main events be lit, but that undercard come, it's just like
yeah. You just gotta
stacking a card.
Facts though.
Well,
but yeah,
that's like some vampire shit. Like they threw a garlic or something on a nigga. Like stack that motherfucker.
Exactly. That's what's we for 2022. Stack your cards. Use your talent. There's not all of you. It's not like the talent. It's not looking for fights. Stack them. Put them on cards. Let them get some. Let them get some airtime. Let them do what they do. Let them fight. That's what they do. They fight. Living. Gotta let
box.
It's box.
Man, this has been fun, folks. We gotta go.
For myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist. For King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.